So, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 64554633728. And I wanted to go on a bit of a rant. I have had these thoughts for a while, and I don't want to in any way come off as if I don't understand the problems that women have to go through. But at the same time, I do also want to recognize not that men have it harder than women, um, but just acknowledge some of the issues that men are going to have. And this is, of course, from me. I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a wife, anything like that. But, maybe in movies, maybe not so much in real life, um, men are supposed to see or women appreciate if a man can uh, call her smart and not just see her looks, right? When who sees anybody's intelligence? That's ridiculous. And maybe, again, this is not a common thing. But there is the whole thing where we all know that women spend a lot of time on their appearance and how they smell and yeah. Now, if you're going to spend all of that time on your appearance, let me just say it works. It most definitely works. Um, from many points, when I see a woman who doesn't have any makeup on, the same woman, and she knows how to do her makeup really well, it's like you're seeing a guy, like a slightly feminine guy, maybe. That kind of jawline. You're like, I think that's a woman. But then there's no eyelashes, there's no eyeshadow, there's no eyeliner, there's no lipstick. It's like, for example, if you saw uh, AOC without makeup, I think a lot of us might be like, whoa, okay, because she wears that red lipstick, which is like, that evolutionary um, signifier, red, flushed red. Apparently, when women are aroused, their faces flush. So I guess their lips would flush, and it would get red. And we have gone and we've made red lipstick that is natural times 10. So just boom. When you think AOC, you think of those lips, red lipstick, boom. And skin, you know, flawless skin. I was thinking of who is this lady from 12 Years a Slave? I think she got Time Magazine's Most Beautiful Person or something like that. Anyway, flawless skin, but we've never actually probably seen her skin. We've seen her foundation and everything else. That's what we've seen. And if you've ever seen any makeup tutorials, you know that foundation hides skin. It's like any blemishes, whatever you have gone underneath. I personally call it mud. That's what I think of foundation and makeup as. It's just a mask that women get to wear in public. You know, a guy, you're gonna see a guy's acne scars, you're gonna see any regular scars, any whatever skin blemishes, you're gonna see it because guys, many guys in modern life, unless you're, I don't know if other cultures have what they call these flower boys, like these guys in Korea that wear makeup. I can't think of any other place. Um, you're gonna see all of the blemishes on guys' skin, and I think that lends to, in certain circumstances, I was just reading about in Chechnya about how women who uh, put out anything that says, hey, my family's forcing me to get married to this person. Like apparently a 17-year-old who had a fiance was forced into marrying a 57-year-old police chief in Chechnya and becoming his second wife, even though she didn't want to, because he was friends with the leader of Chechnya. So clearly in Chechnya, and some of these people complain about being beaten, um, or being harassed, and basically having an unpleasant life because Chechnya is, let's say, autonomous Muslim um, air, area in Russia. So there, I presume, because I didn't read that, there would maybe something along the lines of honor killings and all this other stuff. And this is not to say that any of those things only happen in Islamic countries. I, I, I mean, for example, India is not an Islamic country, and these things can very well happen in India, um, in Africa, parts of Africa, in parts of South America, things can happen. So this is not in any way to throw shade on, even in Christian countries, like, or even Eastern European countries. Women, the only places where women gained a little bit of stature are places I feel that a lot of people died, men died in the war, and the women had to come out and take up the positions that men had, and that's why everywhere across the world, um, like my mother, for example, I recall where I uh, understood, I came to learn that when she was born, she was not going to be able to open a bank account without her husband's permission. That's not in an Islamic country. That's in a Christian country, a modern Christian country. So, yeah, this is not too amazing. Um, we look at the pittance of freedoms that women have, and there are. I'm not even complaining about men's rights or anything like that because men have a lot of rights and have had a lot of rights. They were the ones voting in many places when voting was available, and then women were allowed to vote. And yeah, but I will say that it is frustrating that men are, in some places, um, people get upset with men for making a pass and being sexually aggressive. Of course, that is, I can see the stress that that would put on women. To have to bear that. On the flip side, of course, if women are not going to do any approaching, I can tell you, I spent a long time not approaching women, and that does not work. You know she likes you. She knows she likes you. Both of you like each other. If you don't do anything, nothing is going to happen. And a lot of times, even if you do stuff, you have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, even though everybody knows that you like each other. If you or happen to choose a girl who feels that you need to jump through a bunch of hoops, you're gonna have to end up doing that regardless. Um, of course, you could just find another girl, I suppose. But it is frustrating to me. And the thing about it is that I am not even upset with women per se for, yeah, why don't women be aggressive? Where are they learning that they need to be aggressive from? Who is encouraging that? The same way that guys have to go through a unpleasant experience of being mocked and encouraged to be promiscuous. Guys are mocked and encouraged to be promiscuous. Um, and women are in the opposite end. They are mocked if they are promiscuous, if they show any interest in sex, if they try to be sexually aggressive and do the things that they want. So maybe am I saying that it's a system? It's a system that has this? Uh, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm frustrated about the system. I would say something like, "Oh, I want women to approach," but there have been times when women have been, quote unquote, the pursuer in the small capacity that they are able to based on uh, peer pressure and so on. And it hasn't worked out for women. And I can see, my sister, I think maybe one time she would have asked a guy out or something like that. And she's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I've heard girls say that. I'm not gonna be the aggressor anymore. I'm not gonna do that anymore. And there's absolutely no pressure on, if they go and they talk to their friends are gonna be like, well, he should do this and he should do that and da da da. So I just, I don't know. I wish the world were slightly different, I suppose, and we could communicate with each other freely without fear of being mocked or teased or whatever, because everybody wants intimacy. Nobody wants to be rejected, but nobody also wants to be forced to be with someone that they don't want to be with. Um, but yeah, either side that you're on, it's gonna be nothing is perfect, I suppose. But it just seems that, you know, on the women's side, everybody's sympathetic, but not exactly. It seems that they're sympathetic, but not exactly, right? Because they're not sympathetic if a woman is like, yeah, I really like this person and I would like to invite them here or there. Then people are gonna think, oh, okay, you throwing yourself at this person now? That's kind of beneath you. I wouldn't have thought that you would be that kind of you know, a fast person or an easy girl. And here it is, you are shamed into not pursuing what you want. And at the same time, if you go out there, a guy might be frightened away or turned off if a woman is aggressive, even if 5 minutes before they were like, I wish girls would approach me. And then a girl approaches you and you're like, you don't know how to deal with it. Anyway, a lot of times I get, um, what's the word? I get stereotypically upset. Like I see women who are dressed in short shorts, and I might be like, oh my God, I can't believe this woman. if I'm at home in the comfort of my wherever and I see a video that I probably am not going to be complaining, am I? If I see it out in the road, I might be, and have a particular attitude above it. Like that's my default, and then I might correct myself and be like, well, I don't. Guys can do that too, I suppose. Um, and guys, they don't. We don't do that in terms of dressing in short shorts because then somebody will just think that we're gay. If we want to attract a woman, we might flaunt other things. Like we might flaunt how much money we have, or we might flaunt um, jewelry, like a ring or a necklace, a guy's necklace, or a stud, or uh, being what do you call those things? A tank top, so girls can see our muscles, kind of deal. And even shorts, so girls can see our leg muscles and so on, you know. So I personally might not see that because I'm not looking for it, but then women might see it. I don't know, maybe it's out there and I'm just blind to it. Anyway, that's my circuitous rant, I suppose. I don't know where this is gonna get me, but maybe I can say something that is more coherent at some other time. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for listening if you did. Peace.